first things first, I'd like to mention thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. We're at 240 subscribers now. Thank you. I don't even know what to say about that, but I do appreciate the 200 people who have tuned in and like some of what we're doing. But so we'll get started though. And again, I appreciate y'all. But so here again, we have the 2024 Kawasaki Eliminator. It's 450cc. In my little review that I did on last of it, I mentioned that I didn't really like the seat, how the seat felt, and I didn't know if that would adjust over time with me being a beginner rider, which safe to say that I'm not mad at it anymore. You know, I didn't got accustomed to it. I didn't got used to it. So really, as a first bike, I'm super happy with it. I'm glad I made the choice that I went with and not, I think it's the Z. It's pretty much the same bike, but it's like a naked bike. I forgot the name of it, but it was like the Z500 or something like that, or 450, something like that. But I'm glad I didn't go with that. This is a nice, comfortable position on the bike. And yeah, it's been great to me so far. I've been daily driving it, been getting caught in the rain. I need to go clean the bike, get all the dirt off of it. It's been kicking up from the road, the wet roads, and, you know. But that's the bike. Super happy with it, super pumped on it. I plan on buying some grips for it here soon and changing those out. Sort of doing a little bit of customizing on it, but that's where we're at on the bike. It's just a daily. All right, next up we have the R32 Mark V here. Really, I need to get a thermostat housing for it, and I want to go aluminum, so it's about $300 for an aluminum one, at least what I found, unless someone in the comments can point me in a cheaper direction. Recently, you know, if you've been watching the videos, we did coilovers on it, Raceland coilovers. It's not a race car or nothing like that. I barely drive it. As you see, it's been sitting. We did Raceland coilovers. These are 17s, right? So I did end up replacing the front calipers with smaller CC, or excuse me, Volkswagen CC calipers or Passat calipers, and going to a smaller rotor. I know my braking force, so if I needed to stop, whatever. Again, I literally only drive this car 2 car shows when I drive it, maybe to work every now and again. Like I'm not on the brake 24/7. It's not gonna have super brake fade or this, that, and the third that people are claiming it will have, and whatever. I got a good deal on the Alzars, and then the calipers were super cheap from the junkyard. So, but it's got the wheels, the tires. Again, replaced the front calipers with the Volkswagen CC ones. Both the rear calipers were seized. So we replaced both the rear calipers on it. It's got an X-Force exhaust on it. Also has the USB high flow cats thrown in there as well. Recently did the secondary air injection delete. It's got new O2 sensors in it. And yeah, thing's filthy. Need to get a water hose. Absolutely disgusting, as you can see there. But there's that, and that's the Mark V there. Yeah, I want to do a lot of work to it, but I also don't know if I want to put that money into it, because I got multiple projects, but we'll see. That's the Mark V. Everything that I've done to it recently. Oh, new coil packs too, new coil packs, plugs. Crack pipe is a Velsport. It's got new Velsport top hats all around, heavy duty ones. So it'll ride good, you know. Now on to the Passat. So obviously this is the B3 16, or not even 16 valve yet. Let me hold up now. This is the B3 urowagn, right hand drive. For those that aren't aware and haven't been up to date or just now tuning in, we imported this with open air imports. Not a bad ride. It's got some issues, but for the price I imported it for, I'm not mad. But definitely has some issues. I got to figure out why the battery won't stay charged. I think it has to do with the bogus ass radio they put in it. Needs an exhaust on it. But this is what I'm building my 16 valve ABF clone for. And then what's holding the process on the building the motor right now is, and I can't necessarily say it's all them, but I like to do things in steps. Right now I've been waiting on Tectonics tuning for over a month and a half for seats for my valves for the head. I literally bought everything from them, so they haven't shipped anything out because we're waiting on seats. Which, you know, I probably told them and emailed them that I probably was overzealous with going +2 all around. If they had stock seats, we'd do that, but I hadn't got an answer back. So right now, and we're waiting on cylinder head parts, and then from there we can send the head to the machine shop, and the cylinder head will be done, and then we'll look over the block, start ordering parts for the block, and we'll go from there. But we do need to order suspension components for this. Need to order coilovers all around. Probably need to do brake rotors, our front rotors, and pads. Needs an exhaust system. I need to fix the driver door. Window does not roll down. And yeah. But since we got this car, we've had a hell of a time with it. I put the front tags on it, or not front tags, I put the state tags on it. The very next day, someone took the front end off of it, so it was all one color. All this top color here. But my good buddy Ryan Bishop down there in NC. Had some Passat parts. And he had this front bumper. He has a grill I haven't put on yet. Because they damaged the grill. He's got ambers I need to put in. I just haven't fooled with it. And the other grill has a little bit, it has some nicks to it to use like that in it. So I just gotta fix that up, and then we'll install, put that in there. But we ended up doing this two-tone look, which I actually quite enjoy. And yeah, it's really all that's going on with the Passat there. It's also a daily driver when it rains. I don't ride the bike, so yeah. And then we got the Mark II. Just recently picked up my exhaust from my Cabrio to be able to use that straight pipe to run off the headers and build into the turbo. Because those who haven't seen or are unaware, I recently built or fabricated, should you say, a little cage for turbo, right? So this unit, and yes, I'm showing you my booger ass weld. I'm not a welder. This is a Harbor Freight flux core welder. And yeah, I'm gonna send some bolts up through it, mount that to the chassis. We'll still be able to downpipe, or ain't even gonna be a downpipe, it's an exit pipe. Still be able to put a coupler on there. And this is for the Mark II. So again, this is gonna be a chassis mounted, rear mount setup. And we're gonna be running a turbo system along with the nitrous system on the Mark II. And yeah, that's where we're at with the Mark II. We just recently put out a video on the Mark I, so check that out. Put that out last night if you haven't. What else we got? I do have a Mark III Golf, but I ain't even gonna talk about that. That thing is the last thing I'm worried about right now, which is sad because that was my very first, or my second car that I've had. But she's been around this long, she'll stay around even longer. So that's the bike. Gonna have to wash her. R32 and no wagon. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for staying tuned and checking out. I appreciate the 240 subscribers. That is incredible.